Hello and welcome back, everybody. We got Dust 2 action starting now. Games Academy versus Mythic. Myself, Helium, and Vince on deck for the first shift here. How you feeling? Not as early for you, Vince.
Yeah, true, but my sleeping pattern's like NA, so
it's pretty much the same as mine.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm sure you are as well, but I'm sure we'll wake up as the game progresses on. The players as well, of course, can be playing pretty early in the morning for themselves. But we do have the first frag coming down here on Dust 2, which is going to be from Hen 1. So that's going to give Games Academy a little bit of the respite here from the terrorists who are pushing it. Angle is looking at mid. Suddenly will be pulling himself back. The bomb is residing in tunnels right now, but Games Academy are there to stop this push. So it looks like the standard play of very slow, steady approach from the terrorists is coming in. But they are being dropped left, right, and center. Only 2 players remain.
Yeah, and actually while Hen was finding his kills, 2 players from Gamers Academy were also pushing into the B tunnels, but after those kills came in, they immediately fell back because they knew that they had such a large advantage. It was about to be 5-on-3, so they fall out, and then Mythic are unable to find anything, and that's actually a perfect first round there. All 5, well, I guess almost perfect. People took damage and whatnot, but all 5 staying alive and able to save any of that armor that they had. While that isn't the biggest economic advantage, it actually is something that maybe doesn't get mentioned quite all that often. And of course, no bomb plant coming down for Mythic, so they're able to go out for these machine guns on Taco and Hen, and maybe it's like Henny? I don't even know. Hen 1, whatever. I'm sure someone will tell us. Actually, if you can tell us, you can tweet at us on at Twitter. Those should be in the bottom left, and let us know how to pronounce. Sorry, we're a little bit in the dark on Games Academy, but not after this. We're very much in the light. There's a nice nade that's going to land on 2. It almost does 100 damage there to Pit as Hen 1. Jeez. I mean, I saw that he was the star looking at some of the data on HLTV, but already, you know, starting to prove that. 5 kills in 2 rounds.
Pretty beast, man. Yeah, I assume it's Hen 1 because Lucas has the same thing in his name, like the 1 and the dash. Or maybe that just means it's Hen. I'm confused now. Yeah, please let us know, guys. If there's any Brazilian fans out there, give us a shout.
Which there usually are.
Yeah, you guys
pretty
are
much got
pretty,
the best fans.
They actually really do, like some of the most passionate fans in the world from what I've seen when I've casted other games as well, so I'm sure it'll be corrected very shortly. But as you can see, with it being 2-0, Mythic now are going to be on somewhat of an eco. They do have themselves 3 Deagles though and 2 PT-50s, and we've seen that first Deagle rain on out onto Lucas. He's been put down. Nice start from Mythic, but that's really only half the struggle. They have to still get onto a site, and when you consider there's SMGs and a FAMAS there, and no armor on Mythic, this is going to be really tough for them.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, it's pretty much just a round for Games Academy to run away with this if they can, and they already have. Hen 1 is going to get another kill with that MP7, so even more money for him. Lex is still trying to hunt for that 1D from tunnels to the back to the B platform, as now XP3 trying to find some damage onto the A site players, but nothing really happening. Hen 1's going to move forward. This guy's aggressive. He's got something to prove right now. It's to find yet another kill, and then another with the headshot. Pulls out the PT-50 and even finds 1 more. He'll bring down Devilwalk. 4K on the round for him. He's 9-0, being in the right place at the right time so far in these first 3 rounds.
Yeah, of course, it's building that economy as well.
It's just Hen, says Twitch chat.
Just Hen. Awesome. Thank you very much, Twitch. And it's important for us to find out the start. It's best of 3, man. Like, this could go on for a while. So if we're butchering his name like consistently, it's going to get annoying for people. So thanks for letting us know, guys. Here's a first rifle round, though, for Mythic, and it does include a glass cannon AWP in the hands of XP3. And so far, he's not got much done. There's 2 AWPs on the side of Games Academy as well, so like plenty of long range, as you'd expect from Dust 2. It's one of the maps that definitely does allow for this kind of play from both teams.
Will be a big round for Mythic once again. I mean, it is Dust 2, so you pretty much see the regular 1 man watching out towards B, another at top mid, either looking for a pick or watching their flank at long, and the rest of the team, it's going to be Pith, Anger, and XP3 in that order. Now Devilwalk coming into the fray. You're going to try to open up things on the catwalk. That could be risky. That is where Hen is playing with the standard kind of setup. Op over towards that car. You got Lucas. Oh, I guess there's the 1 dash over there as well. That could have answered our question. Lucas over there pushed up towards long. And FNX drops into CT spawn. Looks like he won't quite be needed. Let's see what Hen can do. These are going to be some... Oh, Pith. They're actually all just going to jump down and start running up. Hen will still be able to hit a first shot, and he will get 1 kill before being traded out by Pith.
Take back over, Joey. My game just started crushing.
Nice. Counter-Strike. We've actually been having a ton of problems with our game crashing recently. Devil Walk still trying to spray down those players going through TD spawn and has been smoked off. He turns. Oh, he gets flashed. Lucas will get 1, but Pitt's there immediate with the trade, and he'll find another as he peeks out over the ledge here of the A site and finds these players coming out of CT spawn. He'll get the 3rd. He already actually has 4. He's on for the ace, but Showtime will go ahead and deny that with an op to the face. And now he's going to try to skirt up. Can he get through the window fast enough? And he's like, oh, he's even going to go for the peek. He will miss that shot onto Lex. And Showtime will keep on running after the fact. So first round there, nicely done for Mythic, and a big performance for Pitt.
Yep, just got back in. Apologies for that. So yeah, good first rifle round for Mythic, getting themselves back in to the fray here in Dust 2. And I suppose it's going to be a case right here of Mythic just holding on for dear life, because they know that there is going to be an AWP in the hands of Games Academy. They know there's a lot of potential to get a couple of early picks from the CT still. So not quite out of the woods just yet. They have to make sure they get this a clean round. If Showtime does fall though, this should be easy round for Mythic.
Yeah, well, we'll see what Showtime can do. Channel is his inner Kenny S. Taco's going to get into a bit of a cheesy spot. He'll go up on that double stack of boxes on the exit of tunnels, hoping for a player to walk into him. And I mean, Lex actually might do this. If Lex goes down, he's completely alone. He'll give up an AK, and that could get dangerous, yeah. It would have been really dangerous if Anger hadn't already moved out and found 2 kills. And actually, the fact that they've got an AK, and there's plenty of the time, the Mythic want to maybe to try to hunt around and find some of the kills. Because at this point, Taco and Showtime have already scurried away. You know they want to save these big rifles for that next round. That's going to help their CT economy out a lot. And will allow them to actually probably buy in full if they can save them both. Well, Taco might even get another kill, but does he even want to pull the trigger? Probably not. Does he have a kit? No. I was like, is he going in for this ninja defuse?
Oh my. Okay.
XB3 going a little too fast there.
That just happened. But I agree with what you just said. Like, saving those 2 weapons would have been massive for Games Academy. It could have allowed them another chance in round 6. So losing that AK, potentially the AWP as well. Oh man. Because the thing is, when the original player with the AK dies there, it forces Showtime into a really bad situation where he can't even rely on a crossfire coming down to save those weapons anymore. Like, he's all by himself with an AWP. So kind of doubly impactful for Games Academy. And now forced onto FAMAS's with Hen with the AWP this time instead.
Well, Devil Walk through that op shot ringing out. 2 did actually cross. That's going to be Taco and Showtime over towards B. Anger's leading the charge here. He will be completely blind. Maybe even some friendly damage coming out, but Lex going to get the kill on to Showtime. Got to let Mythic continue to push forward. Oh, there it is. There's some more friendly fire. I thought that might have been a bit of a foreshadowing. 1 TK does come out for Mythic, but even still, those are not nearly as punishing as they used to be in terms of economy, for those that are maybe not aware of what I mean. But the bomb goes down. It's a 4-on-3, and this time Games Academy hopefully will properly save and hold on to these weapons.
Yeah, absolutely crucial that they managed to do that. The issue now, though, is that they're starting to fall behind somewhat when you consider that. Well, I suppose Dust 2 is more of an even map than it used to be, but I would still say slightly CT-sided. So the fact that Mythic have came out all guns blazing after going 3-0 behind, and these have been comfortable rounds as well since they've got those rifles in their hands, can be a bit of a worrying couple of moments for Games Academy. Eventually they are going to have to start winning some of these rifle rounds, or it's going to slip away from them. And you can see here in this round, yes, they are able to rummage together a decent enough buy-up, but are they going to be able to finally bounce back? 3 FAMAS's.
Yeah, they started off fantastic, but the fact that it's 3-3 and you got to count that the pistols and the next 2 were won by Games Academy is starting to maybe get a bit worrying, because there's been 2 rifle rounds now that have gone the way of Mythic, and this could possibly be a 3rd, so this round's going to be pretty big for Mythic to maybe just start running away with it early on. I don't think... Did that flash quite go where Devil Walk wanted? I guess it might have. I expected it to kind of bounce up, but either way. Showtime is taking some damage. He's over towards that B site, and that's going to leave I mean, I guess mid is still defended. AA has dropped down into CT spawn. I wonder if Mythic has realized this yet. Because if you can kind of make sure that the player is always going to be in CT spawn, you can really start to exploit Cat a little bit more. As Lux goes and looks for that first kill, but will be denied. AA gets it and might even get away pretty healthy.
Oh, well, Hen is in a position that Cajun B loves to run as well. Up on the car there, on long with the AWP. It's going to be difficult for Anger, and he's just got the instant peek there from Hen. It's such a strong position to use from an AWP's perspective. And I was saying before, you know, they need to stop winning some rifle rounds. This is looking great for them. They could potentially take this home without any casualties. Not if something is said from Pit or Devil Walk, however. And speaking of Devil Walk, he goes to peek, and Hen gets his third consecutive frag. Very nicely done. Flashbang through mid. Pit trying to get pushed here from Showtime. Only 19 HP. I'm not entirely sure about that decision. 15 seconds left on the timer. And Taco from Tunnels is going to secure that blowout performance, and they trade across 2 FAMASs for AK, so great round from the Brazilians.
Yeah, that was huge. Everyone's staying alive once again. The money, of course, not going to be broken, though 3 rounds a row on the T side, and they actually kept 4 people alive in the last 2 of them on the side of Mythic, so they're good to go for another rifle. Actually, is there a gun down for Lex? There is. So 4 AKs in the op coming out for XP3. I feel like it's been forever since I cast XP3. I don't think I've had a game with XP3 in it since he was back on Elevate heading into, the Season 6 land for Stevo, which he actually was unable to attend, unfortunately. I think he had, who was it, Hiko, and one other person. I can't remember the other stand-in for that team at the time. But anyways, that's beyond the scope of the conversation for this cast as we go into round number 8. Where's Hen with his op? He's actually split over towards the middle as that's Hen and Showtime both peeking the doors. Hen will now hit a very nice shot up onto Devil Walk behind those middle barrels. So that'll get them that man advantage back. It's a 4-on-3 and hits pretty low. AA just biding his time, waiting for some help. The bomb is going to go down. The CTs are more concerned with winning the round safely than getting that bomb plant canceled. But that's a bit awkward.
Yeah,
that player will fall.
Yeah. Especially as FNX falls there, so you can see that it forces the CTs all through onto short together. Tunnel vision in. Good post-plant position for Mythic. This is going to be really difficult for the CTs to get back onto, and you can see Hen pretty much just giving up that. There's nothing he can do once his first 2 teammates both fell in front of him. And indeed, Mythic will claw this one back. And, well, the curse of the CTs potentially continuing here. Can we buy it back? I think a couple of them may be able to get, like, the masses forced out here. The Hen's not even going to be able to save his AWP, so that's pretty significant as well. Yeah, they could rummage together and force up here, but it's not going to be a great buy.
I don't know. I feel like that was pretty poorly played. I thought that player at the box up there on Catwalk was going to be able to make the call, hear the bomb going down, and could again just kind of sit there and chill. Maybe got nervous that they were going to start spamming the box or someone was going to check it. And he wanted to maybe try to find a frag of someone that wasn't quite suspecting it yet. But if he waits for his teammates, if they were able to spread out and maybe put one to come up long, because they still have the man advantage. And that fell apart pretty quickly for Games Academy. And so as this round, they've already lost 2. They did go for a bit of a force-up since they just lost that round. And this is going to completely drain the economy, so it'll be still holding on to A. The A defenses weren't tested, but they're about to be now. Hen, is up on top of that blue bin at long. 2 people coming up the ramp for Mythic. Oh, they've made noise, so they should be aware of this. Now Lucas is set up nicely for it. He's going to be blind. Lex will find one. FNX unable to get a kill from that ramp position. And XP3 with the op is not willing to push in the long house. And will drop off right into the crosshair of XP3. No one lives.
Yeah. And only 1 dies as well for Mythic. So after that force buy from Games Academy, you can see their economy is in tatters here. These are the kind of rounds where I'd like to see them try something out of left field, try and catch the terrorists off guard, maybe push up mid with pistols, maybe stack a sight. Because it's pretty much nothing. They got a P250 and that's it this round. So you can see here, 4 players on A, one's going to be B. I like the idea here, but the fact that Games Academy know it's illegal and they only saw 1 person cross is pretty much just going to force Mythic into this push onto B, and it should be comfortable as well.
Oh, look
the
at
players
this.
still behind there on box. If it's a better pistol, there's a chance that maybe he can get a couple kills, but just the USP is not going to happen. P250 though from Lucas does take down Lex from behind. That's an AK-47 into the hands of the Brazilian. They're rushing in. Nice headshot from Taco. But again, it's a 3-on-2. They have no armor. And they seem to have no life. There we go. Devil up with a quick-fire double, 6-4.
Man, I believed for a second there when we went to the third person with Hen behind the box that it might go unchecked. And then, you know, even when it was checked, like you said, if there was a better pistol, maybe he would have found another frag. But you're just killing terrorists that have put a few rounds together. It's not really the biggest of deals, especially when they're also getting those bombs down. Tons of money here for the T's to work with. Mythic now taking a 2-round advantage. And besides, I guess, the pistol round, or the 3 in a row for GA, it's like the biggest lead once we've got into the half by these 2 rounds. It's been fairly close. As XP3 will find himself a taco. Games Academy starting another round early on with a man disadvantage.
There's definitely worse things to find than a taco. I'm pretty hungry myself right now,
Yeah,
actually.
I could go for a taco.
For sure. But you can see here a lack of utility on the side of Games Academy and a distinct lack of defuse kits. With a player down, Mythic still just hanging around short. And whereas this would have been an issue before when Hen had his AWP in play, that's no longer the case. The trade out will favor the terrorist. FNX drops very low, but does get a double. Nice hold from him. He has finally been overpowered. Just far too many players to contend with for him. Has given Hen an opportunity now with that Molotov landing on the box to push himself in. If he get himself a couple of headshots, there's a chance that maybe the CTs can pull this off. There's Showtime onto Anger. The issue now, though, is that because they're both in CT spawn, this bomb will be planted. It's going to get planted for short as well. So 2-on-2 retake. Do Gamers Academy fancy this? Personally, I think they should probably just save.
Yeah, it's still fairly close. Probably be better to just keep that economy alive. They are going to go for it, though. Showtime jumping and trying to peer up. He will obviously give himself away, so Lex knows where to aim. Hen has found the kill onto Lex. He's going to jump off the barrels, but XP3
Wow.
not going to miss that op shot. Nice 2 kills for him. And that got a bit dangerous when Devilwalk moved up the catwalk and was unable to get the kill onto, I think it was FNX at the time, who had like 3 HP. That was a really worrying moment when that bomb was down, the Molotov was still burning. Then they come off of catwalk. Showtime actually finds himself a frag. Hen nearly got a frag as well with that Tomas when they were running up cat before they both retreated to CT spawn. That was probably too close for comfort for Mythic.
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised though it even went down that way, because yes, it's a 2-on-2, but no defuse kits on Games Academy and no utility either. I was like, okay, Mythic have this like in the bag. You can see again this time more upgraded pistols than last time around, stacking mid. But Lex has spotted that. He knows there's another player there. Meanwhile, the rest of the CT is trying to just force their way through catwalk, and they do get a couple of cracks. So I mean, keeping this round interesting. The bomb's been planted, however. And that's pretty much going to seal it up. 8-4 to Mythic on T side of Dust 2. This is getting a bit scary now for Games Academy. And Lucas may not even hold on to this AK yet. He's been spotted from Devilwalk. Last player is FNX. He's been picked off as well. 4-round lead now. I was going to say for the Americans, but they're not even Americans. Like 3 of them aren't from NA.
You know what? Close enough, right? The Americas. Oh, I guess Pith, yeah. Wasn't it the Swedes who technically found America, though? Or the Vikings?
I have
don't know.
no
It's
idea.
kind of, what was Red... Oh, God. What was his name? Whatever, we'll figure it out. I don't care anyways. History's a lie. What I've come to believe.
Wait, were you going for Christopher Columbus?
No, like Eric the Red or something. Wasn't there like a Viking that sailed across supposedly way earlier than Columbus?
I honestly have no idea. I'm lost.
Oh, I'm just trying to rationalize that Pith is American, right? Totally reasonable. Man, Devilwalk as well. Wow, you're right. This isn't even an American team. Like, change the flag. Or at least make the blue part of the American flag a little Swedish flag. That'd be sweet. Talk about American-Swedish relations. Which is probably not even a thing in, like, politics or like the real world, you know? But in esports, it's like, it's everything. Like America versus Sweden.
Especially in CS. Like, if you go back to the earlier incarnations as well. But this round is just going the way of the Mythic once more, isn't it, really? The bombs were planted. Games Academy trying to hold on to these weapons, including an AWP and 2 assault rifles. But again, Lucas in a position where, honestly, he should be getting that frag. Gets traded out. And Mythic are happy enough with this trade. Like, they really don't care. They got 3 players over 10k. In fact, I think their XP3 was on 16k, the max amount of money at the start of this round. So any trade is more than welcome from Mythic's perspective.
Okay, so apparently Eric the Red founded the first Norse settlement in Greenland. I was thinking Leif Erikson. Icelandic explorer known as the first Norse explorer to reach America in the 1000s, I guess? So there you go. We've learned something today. Maybe people haven't learned. Anyway, back into the match, round 14, closing out the half. Mythic starting to pull away with this. Games Academy, well, their chances starting to unravel. They've got 4 rounds. You're like, maybe that's enough. But the worrying fact is 3 of those come from the pistol. There's only 1 rifle round, really, to the name of Games Academy thus far on the CT side of the map. However, this does too. You're never really out of it. And depending on the matchups, depending on how people feel about this game, it can be pretty T-sided sometimes. So let's see if maybe that won't be the case going into the second half. But so far, with the bomb going down and Mythic still having that man advantage 4 on 3, and still, even though kind of, I mean, at this point you're still in the first half, but you gotta maybe try to win some rounds. I don't know. They're gonna try to bank on the 5-10. They want to save and win the next one.
Well, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think, you know, T can definitely win a bunch of rounds. My issue for Games Academy is that when it comes to the one-on-one trades and aim, they're just getting well and truly outplayed. Barring Hen, I've seen FNX as well a couple of times pull off a couple nice aim duels. Apart from that, though, it's been all the way Mythic. So even if they do go through onto the T side, as Anger is going to get himself caught looking for the weapons again, no big deal for Mythic. If you go into T side, you need to get those entry fragging trades off. You know, if Mythic are on point on their CT side, they're just going to lock down every single angle, and Games Academy are going to get no luck. So they need to step it up here. Hen is the top fragger by a long way, actually. So if someone else comes up to the table, you know, and actually starts to help them out with it, maybe they've got a chance. If not, they are going to slip away in this first map.
Well, while you can't really discredit pistol round kills because it's so important and you're on an equal footing, and I think Hen had 3 kills there. He got 6 eco frags, so you are kind of looking at 10 impact frags that have mattered since this half really started, you know, to get itself situated starting in round 4 and onward, where there's only been 1 round for the CT, so I don't know. I feel like his performance is a little bit inflated because of round 2 and 3. He does always seem to be in the right place at the right time, though, that's for sure.
Well, definitely true, but even if he has 10 impact kills, that's still more kills than anyone else on the rest of his team. Which is kind of...
And even almost more than the other team.
Yeah.
Everyone over there is carrying their weight.
Exactly. And a lot of them have been off AWPs as well. So, again, I'm a bit concerned, I suppose, is the right word for Games Academy here. Mainly even get the 5-10, because that man we've just been mentioning, Hen, on Catwalk, gets caught out with FNX. The 2 players for me that could stand tall for the Brazilians are dead and buried. Showtime's going to make something of this round. Brings it back onto 3-on-2. Lex is on 3 HP, so he's only a shot away from death. Did XP3 just shoot Showtime in midair? I did not quite catch that frag. Either way, Taco is the last remaining player. Switches his weapons, assuming he had the frag earlier than he actually did. And on top of that, Molotov was cooking, so he's down to 51. Lex, the 3 HP hero, is on the site. And Devil Walk, the veteran, is still alive and kicking. Taco coming in, gets picked off. Mythic with the 11-4 lead at halftime. And that is a pretty one-sided affair on Dust 2.
Yeah, it was. And, I mean, looking at the stats earlier on in the pregame for this, we did kind of feel that Dust 2 would be the more one-sided map. Going over to Mirage, though, looking for Games Academy to be able to put up quite a performance. They've got some decent results against some of the North American teams there. But we'll still have to just... We'll have to get there. I'm sure Games Academy are going to want to try to go for the pistol round, thinking if they get the pistol, they'll maybe have a chance. If they don't, I think it is pretty fair to say that it might end pretty fast here in favor of Mythic. Devil Walk and his boys are taking a pee break. To put him on the spot there.
Well, I mean, we were expecting Dust 2 to go the way of Mythic. I wasn't necessarily expecting their T-half to be that one-sided. You did highlight before, though, Joe, you were saying some stats that Games Academy have had some pretty impressive results on their map, which is Mirage.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a case of, you know, the teams just trading their maps back and forth, and then we had to, was it Inferno, I think is the third map.
Or they also had some decent results, winning against 3's Up and just losing against Conquest. Both of those went the full 30 rounds on Inferno. So the next two maps, if we actually see both of them, could be pretty interesting. Again, to go back onto Mirage, Games Academy beat Mythic 16-3, and they lost to Luminosity, the other Brazilian team, 10-16. So those are all pretty decent. I think those are actually all on land. Yeah, those are land results too. So that actually that's pretty meaningful stuff. The Mirage ones were for the land. Let me check Inferno. Yeah, the Inferno one against 3's Up was on land as well. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, this is going to come into how Mythic play as well, honestly, on Mirage. They're a team that so far looked pretty impressive to me, but I don't want to seem too cruel to Games Academy. I don't think they've shown up just yet. I think Hen really is the only player that's, you know, woken up from his slumber and started to perform here. There's been a couple of key mistakes that I've seen. They're not just like strategical mistakes, but also aim, crosshair placement, movement, like things that are the fundamental basics, and you're expecting these players to have nailed down. So maybe it's just a case that they're a bit rusty right now and they're going to warm up on Mirage. We'll see a whole different Games Academy. Of course, this is a pretty... It's overstated, but I think it's definitely true. CS is a very confidence-driven game, I feel. If you're feeling good, you play good. So let's hope Games Academy can dust themselves down, because that first half performance was not magnificent.
Yeah, you can actually see Hen was kind of the star of the entire server. He had the highest ADR, 110. He had just under 16 efficacy, which wasn't quite the highest, but considering they only won 4 rounds, and efficacy is going to be obviously a lot more weighted towards rounds where you win. That is a pretty impressive performance. But let's get into the second half now. We're going to have another pistol on our hands. It was a dominant pistol round by Games Academy on the CT side. They'll desperately want to recreate the success here in round 16 so that they will have a chance going forward on their T side. At least make this a bit closer. Like you said, it's a confidence-driven game. You don't want Mythic to close us out 16-4, and going into map 2, Mythic would have that full confidence that Games Academy probably can't afford. They would really like to find a win on their map of Mirage.
Well, here we go. Second pistol round. A key one for Games Academy. If they lose this, they're on the brink of defeat already at Dust 2. And look at this. They walk into the grinder. Anger and Pit are there. Easy frags. And FNX has managed to snake his way up through long. I think that was on to Catwalk now. But Pit again just finds himself on a headshot. This is looking so good for Mythic. And there we go. Full house of frags. Pit with 3, Anger with 2. And 12-4 is your scoreline.
For XP3. Living the life of the CSGO player. It's just like, there's an aim battle happening between 2 players. You're like, I'm going to peek wide. I'm going to help. And then you get killed first, like immediately. Like, just caught in the crossfire, running out, getting blown to bits. And it's actually Pit who was able to find the 3rd kill there. So a big pistol round for him. And Mythic lead now 12-4. Ooh, grenade going into the B tunnels where Games Academy were briefly, but they actually went down towards lower, and now they're coming out of middle. They're trying to go on this mid to B split. 4 coming up the ramp, now going in through window and the door. Lex is here with that MP7. He's already found 2 kills. Pit with another. Lex bringing in that 3rd, and now Hen 1 behind. Had the bomb. Couldn't get a frag. And that was the Glock train going in. I guess they're buying here, yeah. It's going to be a very, very minimal buy. They didn't plant that bomb, but they did go for the full eco in that second round of the half.
Yeah. It's like a desperation buy. Like, typically, if this is a close match, if this is like 10-8, 11-8, something like that, Games Academy would be saving again, I'm sure. But because they're running out of rounds, it's a case of, okay, guys, let's go for the Gillos, let's go for the AK, try and make something happen, try and catch Mythic with SMGs and a poor buy. There is an MP9 and MP7, but the way that Mythic have been playing, I would not count them out of this round. That being said, though, early frag does come in for Showtime and a second as well. There's a team kill though from FNX. He does make amends for that mistake by picking up the frag onto XP3. Down to a 2-on-2, and it's the two SMGs in the hands of Mythic, but the MP7 is going to roar on in and gives Mythic the player advantage now. In fact, it doesn't.
I was just saying, what?
Away. I was like, hold on a second, I'm drunk.
Is there a guy with 1 HP left? Sometimes it's hard to tell. People are still alive. As Devilwalk will take the elevator up into the site. There's a bit of a jump and a peek. Somehow will live. Meanwhile, Lex just going to go up and spray through that smoke. Will connect with FNX, who was pretty low. It is Hen. Oh, and he finds himself a laser rifle. How nice. These players are extremely low. As long as he doesn't hit him in the legs, it should be a one-shot for both pretty much anywhere else. I'll post up at Game Helper. He does have the bomb, so he's the one kind of dictating the round right now. Oh, Devilwalk has got into a very good spot. He's going to long-range Galil it. Sometimes it can be difficult, but he will not choke. He will hit those shots and find himself an AK.
I like to keep in the MP7, knowing that the Buy is coming in from Games Academy. Are they going to go for the Kevlar alongside those upgraded pistols? No, they're not. So, going to be happy enough to potentially be on a 15-4 deficit and just try and win out for the overtime here. A bit surprising to me that they'd go for the Galils and the AK Desperation Bite last round and then not go for the Kevlar this one. I don't know. I think a lot of teams would have gone for the Kevlar and just tried to win out from this point on. And also because they took so many weapons away from Mythic as well, they must know that by and large most of these players are on quite low economy. So either way though, that being said, Mythic are here in mid and they're stamping down with authority. 3 players in quick succession from Games Academy are momentarily silenced. It's all on Taco and FNX. And, well, they have no armor. At least they have the bomb. I guess that's one thing going in their favor. And they have just managed to pick themselves up an SMG as well.
Ooh, look at that. The CZ and the Deagle coming alive right here. FNX, if he could have found another one, would have been big to win around with, you know, no money really put into it for the Games Academy. But again, like you said, it is kind of surprising they don't try to go for a Tech 9 force-up or something like that. Considering, like, if it was 11-15 or something, then yeah, it makes sense. Like, let's save and pull out rifles. We believe that we can make this comeback. But when you're 4-14, it's almost like, let's just force. We need to go high risk, high reward to even have a chance to jump back into this. Even still, though, maybe 11 rounds. That would be the dream right now. And the mid-aggression from Pit might actually give Games Academy a little bit to work with. Because that fails.
Yeah, it does give them a glimmer of hope here in round 20. It's going to be the long haul. This is going to be a marathon, not a sprint to the finish line for the Brazilians. And still Mythic have 4 players standing, and these grenades are starting to whittle away at the health bars of Games Academy. Taco's down to 23, FNX down to 36, but there is the man FNX with the frag onto XP3. So that's going to make mid that little bit more weaker and vulnerable for Mythic. And you can see that Anger, in a direct response to that, has pushed through Catwalk to try and isolate the Brazilians, not allow them to make the most of this momentary weakness. And in doing so, he does bring this back to a 4-3. Still, though, Games Academy should be picking up this round. They should not be allowed for the CTs, especially as Lex has just been picked off.
Yeah, Mythic kind of played this round extremely aggressive. Actually, Anger's aggression is the one that's paying off, though. From the Catwalk, he's been able to find 3. Finally, Taco will take him out of the round. Devilwalk will then find himself the Taco. Devilwalk versus Showtime. It's certainly Showtime for this 1v1. 20 seconds left. The bomb will be going down. Devilwalk and his squad do have actually not as much money as I maybe would have thought. They should still be okay to have a pretty decent round in the next one. Or there maybe isn't a next one. Maybe Devilwalk, he's picked up, or rather has a kit, finds that in Molotov and is ready to go on for the retake. Showtime's moved off into the tunnels. Devilwalk with a nice flash off that light post. And wow, Showtime gets him immediately as he comes through the window.
Well, somehow Games Academy win that, but the fact they lost 4 players, again, they should be able to get a decent buy-up. I was going to say, you know, they're going to be missing out on a couple of grenades, and indeed they will be, actually. Games Academy have full nades on both Taco and Showtime, but you can see nothing on Lucas. Hen only has a couple of flashes. FNX only with a flash and a decoy. So one smoke to work with on a map like Dust 2 is not fantastic from a T's perspective. That being said, though, Taco is going to try and take the aggressive route, just dropping straight down. His aim wasn't on point to start off with, but Pig couldn't match up there. Nice shot from XP3 as he drops down, so that is going to be the 4-on-4. And Games Academy only have a smoke to work with here in this potential round. A minute and 50 to play with, and Lucas jumping up on the boxes with no cover. That's a free frag for Mythic.
Yeah, they threw a flash over mid too, I think, to allow him to jump on Xbox. And then fully blinded Lex, but they didn't quite go up on the box yet. And then they waited a little bit longer. Lucas finally decides to go up, and Lex is just waiting there. And XP3 waiting now for FNX, who gives him the crouch peek. So slow and an easy shot for XP3. But Showtime with the quick pre-fire over the sight boxes will take XP3 out of the round. Even still, it's Mythic with man advantage. Anchor coming from behind, but Hen with quite the flick shot. Almost a 90-degree one there. Very nicely done for the 2-on-2. Retake situation. Devilwalk does have a kit. Lex starting to get low. And it does appear that both of those players are on the ramp. They haven't been able to cross back towards long where they maybe want to go. Oh, and Showtime is extremely blind. But he's able to remove that hand. Steady his aim and find Lex. Devilwalk got Hen. It is the 1-on-1 once again between the same exact two players overlapping on this time. Devilwalk unable to do it again. I thought he had it though for sure once he took that quick jump up to the higher ground.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was going to be us moving to the second map there, but credit to Showtime stepping up. And this is what I was talking about before. They need someone to start to share that burden. And Hen, who was a mile ahead in that first half with 16 frags, here in 6 rounds has only picked up 1. He's on 17 now, whereas Showtime is definitely starting to shift through the gears. And maybe not so much for Dust 2. I mean, I won't begin to believe until we hit like 10, 11 rounds for Games Academy, but I'm thinking more along the lines of Mirage. If Showtime starts to get that confidence oozing through him, maybe on Mirage he can step up and do something crazy. And look at this, there's 2 frags. It is an eco round, so I can't get too carried away, but still, Games Academy, take it and keep all 5 players remaining, and that includes an AWP.
Even though they are eco frags, so they don't mean much when you look at its stats, it can still help your mindset. Like Showtime started off pretty abysmal, I thought. I was like, wow, this Hen guy, he's got it going on. But Hen's actually only found, I think he's only found 1 kill. Although that 1 kill, I think, coming in the last round was absolutely ridiculous. That's crazy. He's definitely not done too much so far on the T side. Showtime has then stepped up. So that's good to see. And they're making it a bit closer. They're starting to grind out some rounds against Mythic, which will take away some of Mythic's maybe extreme confidence, as it looked like they were just about to close it out 16-4, heading into Mirage. And it is the double eco, I guess. Well, eco into deco here. 4-on-4 with a whole lot of decals on Mythic.
Well, it was Pit that landed the first one as well onto Taco. It's a very nice shot. Just stop on that spot. You can look at from an ops perspective as well, and you drop down as soon as you take the shot from Catwalk. And now I was looking for more. A couple frags across onto FNX. XP3's been spotted. I think Pit jumped into the crossfire of Lucas. He gets 3 frags all in the head. Here's another walk. Can he get right down? He's jumping up on the rabbit, lands another with the diesel, and gets taken down himself. The Gamers Academy at least making this start to look like more of a respectable scoreline. Because, what was it? I think they're on like 4 rounds. Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
it was
11-4.
11-4 half. I was thinking, okay, this could just finish 16-4, which is kind of sad times. But now at least maybe they can get double digits.
That's what jumping with the weapon and trying to kill the planter at A should look like all the time. You shouldn't be able to do it. And the Deagle, I guess, pure in that sense, that its jumping and movement accuracy is absolutely horrible. This is the way it should be. Although the Deagle's just regular accuracy, sometimes a little questionable as well.
Yeah. Speaking of questionable, double AWP on Games Academy. I'm not sure I like this.
Now on the T side, that seems...
Because the assault rifles is what's been getting them rounds. It hasn't been the AWP really. So for me, you're almost hampering yourself here. You have to play a much slower approach. You have to go for the picks with a double AWP setup. And this could end up losing them the map, to be completely frank with you.
Yeah, it's certainly going to slow things down. FNX thinking he's getting caught in a crossfire when in reality it's just a well-placed spray through that smoke. Devilwalk in Pit. Oh, and Pit again on top of those boxes. But they push through almost the double spray down from Taco, but he will be found. And that'll be the 16-8 scoreline here on Dust 2 in favor of Mythic on their map pick. The second map for Games Academy, their pick of Mirage, is coming up next.
Yeah, to be honest, though, I don't think necessarily the double up setup was what cost them the round by itself, but it definitely didn't help matters. They probably would have lost that anyway if they're going to go for a mid-execute. Much better hold from the team Mythic, and finally do take us into that second map, 16-8. But this is a map that going into it, we felt, maybe Games Academy had a good shot at this. They had decent results. Mirage clearly is a map they're very comfortable with, and I'm going to be interested to see what kind of strats they run.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting it to be a lot closer. Again, coming into this game, I would have thought Mythic would take the day. Well, maybe not the whole day, but the first game here of the day. I would think they would take it 2-0, but if there's going to be a chance that it's here on Mirage, and then if they do win Mirage and still themselves with some confidence, maybe Mythic are thinking, wow, what went wrong? How are we losing to these guys? When you go over to Inferno, and there actually are some decent results on Inferno from Games Academy, I mean, it's a Brazilian team on Mirage. That is pretty much something you have to watch out for. Luminosity, when they were Keyd starts kind of setting that trend. So we'll see what's coming up here, guys. Again, keep staying tuned here on the stream, twitch.tv/iBUYPOWER. Multi-twitch it with iBUYPOWER2. That's the personal point of view stream where you can vote in chat for what player you want to watch and follow in the next round over on the second stream. And myself, Helium, and Vince here, our cameraman Kevin, producer Alex, we will all be back for game 2 in just a little bit, so stick around.